Hello folks, this is Johnny with Tennessee Mountain Bees. It's a little windy out here. I hope you can hear me okay. I've got something a little bit different for you today. I've got a money saving tip. Does anybody know what this is? And if you don't know what this is and don't have one already, I'm going to show you a tip on something I do to save quite a bit of money. These little 1 pound cylinders are running around $8 around here now if you buy them off the shelf, but I can get a 20 pound cylinder refilled for, I don't know, around $20, a little over 20 bucks. And so this is a little adapter that'll let you refill the 1 pound cylinders with the 20 pound cylinder. I'll put a link in the description of the video on where you can order these. And so you always want to be sure and have personal protection equipment, the safety glasses and some gloves, particularly at the part where you disconnect the 1 pound cylinder after filling it up. But it's probably best to wear it the whole time. Anyway, I'm going to show you this procedure, and hopefully you'll find it as useful as I have. Alright, so what you want to make sure and do is, of course, put this onto your big tank first. Of course, the valve is turned off, and this is completely empty. This weighed 13.4 ounces empty, and then we're going to see how much propane we can get in it. We may not be able to get a full pound because there's maybe a little bit of vapor left in here. Now this is, again, this has been in the freezer overnight. You want to, probably a few hours would do, but you want the you want the liquid propane to be able to flow from the warmer to the colder. That facilitates in the transfer. And of course, if we were to turn it on here, all we would get was some vapors up in the bottle. Wouldn't do us any good. Of course, propane is liquid, so I want to turn it over like this. Okay, I want to make sure it was in the video there. Now, as you can probably hear that hissing there, when the hissing stops, then we'll know the bottle is full. This will take a little over a minute, so I'll cut part of that video out, but I'll give you approximately how long it takes. I've got a full one here that weighed 13.1 ounces empty, and it weighed 1 pound 13.6 ounces full. Now, of course, one of these lasts a long time if all you're using it for is beekeeping, but still, it's pennies on the dollar cost difference. It's fair to warn you though, if you were to, again, I'm saying don't do as I do. You want to read the label very carefully. It says on here that it recommends not to refill them, of course. Obviously they would like to sell as many as they could of these, but at the same time, I guess you could argue there's a safety factor. But then it goes on to say that you're not to transport a refilled cylinder, and it gives the code here, and it's apparently a felony and a potential $500,000 fine if you transport a refill cylinder. So just keep that in mind. The ones I refill, I just use them here at home for my beekeeping, and also too for my grilling. Okay, it's still barely hissing. It's taking a little bit longer than the other time I did. We'll just let it keep going till it stops. It's like another beautiful day the Lord has made. Hey Riley girl, how you doing, Riley girl? Come here. How you doing? How you doing? Go, man. Okay, it's getting real close to being full, I believe, folks. So I'm gonna go ahead and shut off the valve. Okay, turn it back over now. Now this is very critical. As you might imagine, if we take it loose from here, then there's no valve, so the propane to be just spewing out of our 1 pound cylinder. So we want to be sure and take it loose. I've got the valve off here, of course. We want to be sure and take it loose from the 1 pound cylinder end. Now, again, you're going to get a little bit of a spurt of propane here, and that's why you need the PPE. Okay, all right, as you saw, feels good and heavy. And so now we have got a filled 1 pound cylinder. I'm going to weigh it and see how close to a pound we got in it. Sometimes it's hard to get a complete pound, a little bit of head space with air. There are some videos out there that show you how to get that out, but I was afraid it might damage my. I'm okay if it's a little bit less than a pound, because that lasts a long time, particularly with the lighting my smoker and flaming the inside of my boxes, so that I do that sometimes, in flaming some of my frames. Keeps the bees from having to work so hard to propolize everything. A good tip from my brother Casey Earl Dooley there. Oh, I didn't want to forget to tell y'all, I learned about how to do this from a YouTube site called Steve's Small Engine Saloon. The guy's got an amazing YouTube channel. I've learned a whole lot of stuff from him. Weed eaters, chainsaws, of course, how to refill these tanks. So if you don't already know about Steve's Small Engine Saloon, go over and give him a look. I think you'll be as happy with his site as I have been. But again, I hope this little tip helps y'all, and I hope that God will bless you, your families, and your bees. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.